What if I told you that the Bible we all know might be missing crucial details about the very beginning of the world, about the lives of the patriarchs, and even about the eternal laws of God Himself? What if hidden within an ancient text lies a vision of creation, time, and destiny, so detailed, so structured, that it reveals history not as a story unfolding moment by moment, but as a cosmic plan already written in heaven? That is the claim of the Book of Jubilees. Sometimes called the Little Genesis, Jubilees is one of the most mysterious writings from the Second Temple period. It was found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. It is preserved in the traditions of the Ethiopian Church. And for centuries, it has been considered by some to be too radical, too strange, or too revealing to sit alongside the books of the Bible we know. But what exactly does it say? From its opening chapters, Jubilees pulls back the curtain on creation. In Genesis, we are told that God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and rested on the seventh. In Jubilees, this same story is told, but with an astonishing claim. The Sabbath is not simply a day of rest given later to Israel. It is part of the very structure of the universe. The angels themselves keep it. It was written on the heavenly tablets, the secret record of time and law, before humans even walked the earth. According to Jubilees, everything in creation, every feast, every law, every boundary, is already inscribed in these heavenly tablets. History is not random. It unfolds according to a divine script. When Adam and Eve sin, when Noah builds the ark, when Abraham is tested, when Jacob struggles with his brother, these are not just stories. They are episodes in a timeline that God has already arranged, each tied to obedience or disobedience to the eternal law. This is one of the boldest differences between Genesis and Jubilees. In Genesis, the laws of God arrive at Sinai. But in Jubilees, the law was never new. It was always there, waiting to be revealed. The commandments, the purity codes, the feasts, even circumcision, these were eternal truths observed in heaven long before Moses walked up the mountain. And that's not all. Jubilees divides all of history into Jubilees periods of 49 years each. Just as the Sabbath measures time in sevens, and the Jubilee year brings rest after 7 sevens, so too does all of human history follow this cosmic rhythm. Nothing is accidental. Every generation, every event, every rise and fall of nations fits into this divine calendar. But what about the patriarchs themselves? Genesis gives us their stories in broad strokes. Jubilees adds layers of detail, tying each moment of their lives back to God's eternal law. Adam is not just the first man, he is the beginning of a lineage where covenant is tied to obedience. Noah is not just a survivor of the flood, he becomes the guardian of divine knowledge, passing on laws about purity, sacrifice, and blood. Abraham's test with Isaac is framed not only as faith, but as alignment with the eternal covenant written before the world began. Jacob's struggles, Joseph's slavery, even the years in Egypt, all are shown as pieces of a divine puzzle, carefully arranged. Before I go further, if you're finding this fascinating, take a second right now to like this video and subscribe. It helps us bring these deep, hidden stories to more people who are hungry for biblical mysteries. And when you share, you're helping spread knowledge that has been overlooked for centuries. Now, let's go deeper. In Jubilees, Israel is not just a nation chosen by God. It is a nation whose entire destiny is already inscribed in heaven. The exile, the suffering, the return, all of it is foreordained. When Israel sins, it is not outside of God's plan. Even rebellion fits into the great script of history. Yet restoration is promised. Forgiveness is written into the design. And at the end of it all, God's people are destined to be renewed, purified, and restored to glory. But behind human history lies another battle, one not just of flesh and blood, but of spirits. Jubilees gives us a glimpse into the hidden world of angels and demons. The angels of God are not passive, they guide nations, execute judgment, and preserve the righteous. But not all angels remained faithful. Some fell. And from among them rose Mastema, the chief adversary, the prince of the spirits of corruption. His role is chilling, he seeks to lead humanity astray, to corrupt the nations, and to test the faithful. In many ways, Mistema resembles the Satan we see in Job, or the dragon of Revelation. Yet Jubilees makes his defeat absolutely certain. The vision of the end is powerful. The wicked will not escape. Mistema and his hosts will be bound and destroyed. The righteous will inherit peace. And the Messiah, the Anointed One, will rule in justice and truth. The law, once written on stone, will now be written on hearts. The cosmic order, once broken, will be fully restored. The righteous will live in eternal peace, while the wicked will face final destruction in the lake of fire. What strikes me most about this vision is how it mirrors the Book of Revelation, yet adds something unique. Revelation shows us cosmic battles, beasts, and the New Jerusalem. Jubilees emphasizes the role of the law, the eternal order that binds heaven and earth. In Revelation, the Lamb triumphs. In Jubilees, the Messiah restores creation itself by re-establishing obedience to God's law. Think about that. A world where every feast, every Sabbath, every act of righteousness is not just ritual, but alignment with the very design of creation. A world where even angels keep the commandments. A world where the heavenly tablets are fully revealed, and every moment of time has reached its appointed end. This is why the Book of Jubilees is so striking. It doesn't just retell Genesis and Exodus. It reframes them as part of a cosmic prophecy, from Eden to Sinai, from exile to redemption, from the first Sabbath to the eternal kingdom. And it leaves us with a question: if this vision is true, if God's law really is eternal and written into the fabric of creation itself, then how should we live? Because according to Jubilees, obedience is not just about covenant. It is about aligning ourselves with the cosmic order. Every choice to follow God's ways echoes in eternity. Every act of rebellion pulls against the very rhythm of creation. And in the end, only those who live in harmony with that eternal law will inherit the kingdom to come. The Book of Jubilees ends with a breathtaking vision: the final judgment. The righteous are separated from the wicked. The wicked are cast into the lake of fire, destroyed forever. Mistema and his spirits are gone. Evil is no more. And the Messiah rules in peace and justice. The law is written on every heart. The world is restored. Creation itself sings in harmony with its Creator. That is the promise. That is the vision. And that is why Jubilees has fascinated, and unsettled, believers for centuries. If this journey into the Book of Jubilees opened your eyes, don't let it stop here. Like this video, share it with friends who are hungry for hidden truths, and subscribe for more deep dives into the lost and forgotten books of the Bible. Together, we'll uncover the mysteries of God's eternal plan, one chapter at a time.